In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to register for Coastal Community Foundation's online portal. To start, you'll need to go to our website, coastalcommunityfoundation.org. Once you're there, you'll look in the top right corner for this Portal Login button. Click on the Login button and it'll take you to the Portal Login page. Once on this page, you'll click on this Register link. Here's where you're going to create your profile. The first field is for the website. This field you don't need to do anything with other than select default. Then you'll start entering your information, so your first name and your last name. Enter your email address that you would like associated with this account. This email address is where you'll get confirmations that you've submitted applications, where you'll get the confirmation that you've registered correctly. That will be all you'll ever get at this email. You'll enter your password. Make sure you're following any requirements that it lets you know that you'll need. And you'll enter your hint to help you remember what the password is. In this portal access section, you'll choose which type of role you're going to need. First, you'll need to accept the terms and conditions, then determine which role you'll need for your level of access to the portal. The first role, Individual Applicant, is exclusively used for Griffith Rayburn Low Country Artist of the Year Award applicants. You do not need to use that role for any other program. If you are applying for programs, you'll click this Grant Applicant role here. That means that you are applying on behalf of an organization to any of our many competitive programs. The Organization Administrator role controls the level of access for all other users with that organization. This role is primarily for executive directors, directors of development, or management positions like that. The reason for that being that they'll be able to see all applications that are filled out for that organization. That role also requires approval. So if you request the organization administrator role, you'll get a follow-up email or phone call from one of the CCF staff members to confirm that you have one of those roles and that that role is appropriate for you. The next role is for a donor. This role is exclusively for those who have funds with Coastal Community Foundation. That's where you'll go to access your fund profile, see how much money is currently in your fund, make any grant recommendations or anything like that. The reviewer role is for those who are on grant committees. They'll be the ones who are reviewing the grant applications. This one also requires approval because it'll only be if you're currently serving on a grant committee. For any of these roles, you'll need to allow about 24 to 48 hours for one of the CCF staff members to be able to go in and approve your registration. If you don't get approved within 2 days, just send us an email and let us know. It might not have gone through. Down here is for the personal information. You don't need to enter your personal address or phone number unless you would just prefer to. If you are a donor, you might want to update your information here, but other than that, that's not really something that we'll need. To go back up to our roles here, if you select Individual Applicant, this page will remain the same and we will need your personal information given that you'll be applying on your own behalf. If you select Donor, you will also have the same fields. And if you select Reviewer, you will also have the same fields. If you select one of our organizational roles, so Grant Applicant or Organization Administrator, you're going to have another section appear. In this section, you're going to tell us which organization you're going to be applying for. The first step is going to be to search for the organization to see if it's already in our database. We try to keep all organizations in our database under their legal tax ID name. So if you start by looking for your legal name, and click search, it should appear down here if it is in our database. If it does not appear, then you may need to try formatting your name a little bit differently. So for example, when I typed in Coastal Community Foundation, our organization came up in the box. However, if I had typed the Coastal Community Foundation, it would give me this alert saying that no matching results are found. So if your organization doesn't show up and you're fairly certain that we've given to you before, just try typing in your name a little bit differently and see if you can find it in the database. If you cannot find it and it does not seem to be in the database, you can click on this Create a New Organization spot right here, and it's going to give you a space to enter your organizational information to go into our database. This does require approval from CCF staff before it can be used to file an application. So again, allow about 24 to 48 hours and we should be able to get that approved for you. When you're filling out this information, just make sure that in your organizational name line that you use your legal tax ID name again. For the tax ID space, it is required. We do occasionally send grants to organizations that do not have a charitable tax ID number. For example, if you're a recognized house of worship or if you are an elementary school or things like that. So if you are one of those organizations that does not have a charitable tax ID number, if you'll just enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a 9 in there. So if you'll enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, that'll be our clue that you don't have a charitable tax ID number, but that you're charitable for some other reason. You'll enter your address here. Your city, state, and your zip code, as well as your phone number. This can all be information just for your organization, not your personal information. And then also your website if you have one. You do have the option down here to copy the address information from the organization. All that means is that your personal account will be linked to your organizational information. If you'd like to select that, you can, but as I said, we don't really need any personal information on your address or anything like that if you're applying on behalf of an organization. Once you've filled out all the fields you need to fill out, you'll click this register button right here, and it will take you back to the login page. If you do have any additional questions as you go through registration, please feel free to reach out to any of the CCF staff members, or just give us a call at 843-723-3635.